Okay, so today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to see James Dunne, who's one of our Knox athletes. He's a racer. He's got a really great story. I think you're going to like him. And, yeah, it's at Alton Park, which is actually one of my favourite tracks. Should be really good. Okay, so we're here at Alton Park. I'm with James Dunne, who's a Knox athlete. Alton Park has to be probably one of my favourite tracks, actually. Ever since being a kid, I've been here a bunch of times. Perhaps because it's a most northerly track, or pretty much most northerly track, isn't it?
I'd say so on the sort of east coast of the UK.
West.
Oh yeah, west.
West.
That's probably why I'm going the wrong way on the circuit.
That's right, that's right. What a cracking day it is. I mean, seriously, it couldn't be better for racing, could it?
No, it's actually really good conditions. The tyres are working, the suspension's working, and that. I'm not working because I'm overheating, but you know, but no, it's you couldn't ask for better weather really today. This weekend.
So today is practice day actually, isn't it? So
yeah.
You've had 3 sessions today, haven't you? And you've literally just finished the third one. How many times have you rode this before?
This is my third time at the circuit.
Time?
Yeah.
Oh, it's in at the deep end then, isn't it?
So yeah, the first time I ever rode it was last year with the British Superbikes when I was doing the Ducati tri-options then. And you know, it was like abysmally slow lap times the first time out, and you know, because it's a bit of a trek up from London as well, and I came up the morning that time, and then by the end of the weekend, because it's a circuit, it's a fun circuit, it's a fast circuit, it's technical as well. You know, I just enjoyed it, and I think that's key to sort of, you know, getting quick round there.
So we've been doing some filming, we've been doing some massive GoPro footage. On the bike.
Or trying.
You're trying. Yeah, that's right. So how'd you get into it?
It started in 2013. I was in the military at the time, and I was sat in Afghanistan, and I had a friend send me a message on Facebook saying he saw an advert in MCN with a team called Roger Stewart Racing. He's no longer about. He's back in Spain now.
Okay.
Looking for riders for the Darley Moor Championship to ride a 125, and I thought, right, that's you know, let's give this a crack. Emailed him, going, yeah, I'm, you know, if I don't reply, it's the usual thing, I'm in the middle of Afghanistan. And then it came back, you need your ACU license and all the rest of it. You've got to register with a club and everything in order to get it. And so while I'm there, I had my sort of rough date of my return home to the UK, which was the 2nd of October 2013, and I think it was on the 4th of October I went to the ACU in Rugby, done my ACU licence, and then the 13th of October I rode in the Stars of Darley.
Did you?
Yeah, so it was literally within, you know, a week of getting home from an operational tour. I had my first race on an RS125 GP bike under Roger Stewart Racing, and and it went well. I didn't throw it down the road and all the rest of it, and it was wet. That's it. It does help. Does help. And no, it was brilliant. It was a good first sort of.
Obviously, you must have been into bikes before that, though, right?
Yeah, I've been riding motorcycles since, you know, I was a teenager, and just the love of racing and everything, you know, growing up, watching, you know, when MotoGP was on the BBC and being able to watch it, I was doing that. I remember growing up you know, watching World Superbikes with my cousin and my brother and everything, and it was always there. The appeal for motorcycles has always been there from an early age, and I think racing, because it's such an expensive sport, you know, I didn't have the luxury of parents with an open checkbook or
Sure.
being able to help fund it. You know, I started doing it as I earned the money and through sponsorship, you know, like Knox's support, you know, it just every little helps and keeps you going,
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. So in the week, what are you doing?
In the week, I'm a plant fitter, so I fix and maintain earth-moving equipment and
Yeah.
excavators and stuff like that. And then, you know, by weekends, I pretend
You're like Batman.
yeah, that's it. But yeah. I think he looks better in leather than I do, though.
Right.
But
And actually, for me, that kind of speaks more of a story that personally I gel to, because actually, you know, you ain't getting chauffeured in and everything. No, you're here hustling, and
Yeah.
you're mechanicking your own bike, fixing your own quick shifter.
yeah, because I
and
didn't
all that
bolt
kind
it
of
up
stuff.
again.
Yeah, but I think that's
I didn't
great.
lose it this time, though. I didn't lose
Yeah.
it this time. I did at Donington, but not here. So
Yeah.
that's it. No, I mean, it's you know, you look around the club scene, you've probably got, I'd say 90% of the lads within club racing, they all, you know, it's all out of passion, it's all because they want to be here, and you know, they'll do anything they can to do it. I'm not saying it's not the same up the upper echelons of racing, but
Sure.
you know, you've got lads who turn up in a van on their own and you muck in with your mates, and it's sort of, it brings almost like it's a racing family. It's a lot, you know, tighter knit, and it's sort of friendships that last for a lifetime. They're not, you know, you got your mates down the pub back home and all the rest of it, but there's a bigger affinity to the guys you're racing with and against, because they know the risks involved as well. It's not it's not a sport where, you know, worst you can have is like a sprained ankle or whatever, you know, like football. But you know, you could end up, you know, pay the ultimate sacrifice for doing it. But it is worth it. It's gratifying, even if you have a bad weekend. You know, you sort of a couple of weeks leading up to the next race, you're thinking, right, here we go again. Let's do this.
So it's a thrill of going fast, right?
It's like it's a drug, you know. It's adrenaline. You're sort of feeding off that adrenaline, and you're wanting more of it. And you know, I mean, I'm not going out again today, and I'm seeing all of these, and the weather's amazing, and I'm just thinking, I just want to get back out and also improve lap times, because we've got qualifying tomorrow. You know. So no, it is good.
That's great. And obviously, James is a Knox athlete, so he's sponsored by the company, and you know, as part of that, he wears the kit. But actually, I think you were wearing Knox kit before you were sponsored. Is that right? Or
it was an introduction through a former Knox athlete, Sparky Stunts.
Oh yeah.
You know, we used to attend the Ace Cafe together and everything, who are now a sponsor of mine. And you know, speaking to him, I was asking for a recommendation on sort of gear and everything like that, and he recommended Knox, and it's just been a product from the initial onset. I mean, if he's a stunt rider and he's using the product, you sort of think, well, it's gonna work. So I started using it, and then I had first-hand experience that it does. I mean, I had a road accident where I was T-boned by a Land Rover Discovery.
Wow.
And
right.
and then went sliding.
What were you riding?
I was on a CB1000.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
you know, and I was legitimately doing the speed limit as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
right,
they pulled
okay.
out of a junction and straight into the side of me. Sent me off, and I went into a curb. I was wearing hand-drawn gloves and a Knox track vest, actually, the Mark 1 track vest. And it, you know, I genuinely think if it wasn't for that, my injuries would have been a lot more. You know, they would have been worse than they were.
Okay.
And you know, so there it's always been, you know, I'll carry on wearing the kit that works. You know, so you know, if it's tried and tested, and
That's right.
and it works, and then the relationship's grown from there, I think.
That's great. So in terms of the products that you're wearing right now from Knox, that would include the track vest?
Track vest,
Yeah.
the Knox base layers.
Oh yeah.
And on circuit I wear the hand droids.
Yeah.
So-
Well, actually, we got some good GoPro of that as well. So
Yeah,
I'll try
yeah.
and clip that in as well. You know,
That's
so
it.
that. I suppose at this point, James, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for inviting me here. Because,
Yeah, no.
You know, I've really enjoyed the day. It's super helped. The weather has been amazing.
Yeah, we have been lucky.
And you know, it's been nice to catch up with you, and hopefully you guys can kind of get inspired by you know, James's story, what he's done and how he's kind of got into racing. Maybe consider it for yourself. Obviously it's not for everybody, but you can't but appreciate the guys that turn up here of a weekend.
There's no prize money at the end of it. If you do get a podium, it's a little plastic trophy, but you know, but it,
eternal glory, right?
That's it, you know, it's just sort of being there, and even, you know, and it doesn't matter where you come really. I say it from personal experience, it's not just making up numbers, because you still have your little battles on track, and you enjoy it, and you could be sort of battling for last place with somebody,
yeah,
and you know, and you've had a good little dogfight on the track, and it's those moments that make it worth it as well. And you're not allowed to do that on a track day,
no,
and everything. So if you've got a competitive street, you can't just go and, right, I'm going to go and do everybody and go around the outside of everyone at, like, you know, Melbourne Loop or Cascades here or something, you know, and just think, yeah, I'm the dog's nads, but you know, then you come racing and then your eyes are open to how quick some of these lads are as well.
Yeah,
you know, there's some seriously quick boys in this, but it's all worth it. You know, it's worth the blood, sweat, tears, and the minus in the bank account. So yeah, it's good.
Oh, that's good. Right, so thanks again, James. I really appreciate
no problem.
it. Hope
Thanks
you guys
for
have
coming
enjoyed
down.
this little insight, and we will see you on the next video. Okay, so back on the road again after a great day at Oulton Park. It's been really good to get to know James Dunne, you know, more than what I have. I've never spent like a full day with him like that before. And I have to say, you know, what I thought of him has been confirmed today. Really genuine, top fella actually. What you see is what you get, and that's what I really like about James. I've met quite a lot of racers over the years, and unfortunately, in some cases, you know, their egos can be the size of a bloody mansion, or the motorhome that they rock up in, and I don't think, genuinely, I don't think that does them any favours, and I don't think it does the sport any favours either. And James isn't like that, and I think that's one of the reasons why I really personally like him, and why I think that we can get behind him as a brand. Because he is properly down to earth. You know, you could go up to James Dunne on a weekend if you're a spectator, just go and have a chat with him. He is a top guy. So you know, if you are at any of the race meetings, please go and do that. I'm sure he'd be more than happy to speak to you and give you his view of the world. So look, hope you've enjoyed that little outing. Hope you've enjoyed that little vlog that I've put together. I know I certainly have, and I'd quite like to do more content like this going forward. So if that is something that you're interested in and you like it, please leave a comment in the description. Then I'll know what the hell's going on. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, thanks for your continued support, and we will see you on the next one.